Welcome back to another episode of the Scale Smart podcast. I'm your host, Jacob, and also the founder of NetScale Growth. Today, I had the pleasure of being joined by the founder and CEO of Statisfy, Munish Gandhi. Munish, thank you for joining me today.
Jacob, thank you for having me.
So, Munish, kick me off. Tell me a little bit more about your journey and what led to the founding of Statisfy.
Absolutely. So I'm a second-time founder, but initially I started my career more on the technical side. I was an engineer once, and then ended up being a go-to-market person where they had revenue operations at teams like LinkedIn, Equinix, etc. Now, from there, it led to my founder journey, where back in 2018, I started my first company, Productive, in the enterprise SaaS management space. At Productive, I ran a lot of functions, including post-sales, which is like, once you sell to a customer, how do you make sure they are getting outcomes that they care about? How do you make sure they get implemented fast? And that's in that journey, I started a few tools, starting with a tool called Catalyst and then Gainsight. And I realized that, existing tools are very, very form-based tools of accountability, etc., but they did not do the job on helping account managers, customer success managers drive outcomes for their customers. Around the time, 2023 is when ChatGPT became much more real with GPT-3, 3.5 coming. And I thought the core issue with delivering customer value is a pattern matching problem, which large language models are terrific at. And that was really the founding principle behind Statisfy, that what if we can learn from all our customers who are getting value, take some of those same learnings, by doing a lot of data harvesting, by applying AI, and then equipping account managers, customer success managers to deliver that outcome. So that is simply what we do at Statisfy as a business, as a multi-agent solution, working with many, many enterprises like Illumio, Observe, etc. We have developed a set of core agents, meeting health, knowledge workflow to help make customer health more actionable, leading to healthy, growing customers.
And you guys at Satisfy have got the vision to transform customer success into a team sport by integrating the AI-driven contextual insights, right? So what challenges have you guys faced when scaling the company?
Yeah, I think like any early stage startup, getting the word out. That is the number one challenge that we have. Like how we are in a space which is crowded. Like basically all software categories are getting more crowded because with AI, it's much easier to develop software. So how do you cut through the noise where what you are delivering is both compelling and differentiated? That's one core challenge. Second is, with AI on the technical side, unlike form-based solutions, which are very deterministic, AI is still probabilistic. So how do we make sure that we are hitting the right level of accuracy, relevance, specificity in the insights that we produce for our customers? So again, product being sharp, delivering the value that we promise, and getting the word out are the two biggest challenges that we face.
Would you say these are some of the challenges you guys still face?
Yeah, I mean, of course, look, we are not a $1 billion company yet. So definitely we need to do a lot of work in terms of, generating more awareness in the marketplace about us. Now we leverage a lot. We are very much of a customer-led mentality. That is my philosophy. So we talk a lot about our customers, the value that they are getting from us. But we need to invest a lot more on the marketing side. Like I'm attending a conference this week, another one next week. Just the goal is to get the word out,
Yeah.
about what we do, how we are unique and different. And on the technology side, building products is like an iterative process. We are building more features, testing actively with our customers, getting the feedback, iterating on it, right? So we have a philosophy that you start with a zero point 0.1 version of our product, and in 6 to 9 months, we get to a 1.0. So from day one, we have developed with design partners, developed publicly in terms of what we are doing, but it's incumbent on us to not stop at doing a point one product because nobody has patience for products which don't work. So those two continue to be the challenges, and I expect that at least for the next few years, will continue to be the main focus areas we have.
You've made some good points, but in a market quite saturated with different customer success tools, how do you guys at Satisfy differentiate yourself to stay ahead and always deliver a unique value to the customers that you're serving?
Yeah, so I think multiple ways. First is that how do you articulate, why you do what you do? In the sense, what are the core problems we are trying to solve? Because if you're not aligned with our prospects on the problem space, there is no way they're going to get value from us. Right? So that is sort of the number one thing. And I think we have done a great job in terms of, over like at this point, probably 300 conversations with VPs of customer success, chief customer officers in framing the problem, where we get a lot of head nods and basically people say, yes, I have these problems. Right. So that's the first part of how do we differentiate ourselves. Like we're not trying to solve aspirational problems. We're trying to solve real problems that people face day in and day out. The second part is now how do we quickly communicate that we can actually solve those problems, right? So I think that again comes down to having a very compelling product demo, having a compelling set of collateral that we use to educate on our solution. And third is try before you buy. Like with AI, we can spin up a pilot in under a week, and that's why we say don't take our word for it. Talk to our customers and try the product yourself because it's very easy to onboard. It's very limited investment on our side to stand up a pilot. Most of our customers pilot the solution for a few weeks before they buy the solution, which actually we also love because that we make sure that post implementation, the adoption value happens much faster because people are so much more bought in.
And
Yeah.
with the integration of AI within different customer success platforms, how do you see AI shaping the roles of customer success managers and the overall customer experience?
Yeah, I think a pretty fair question. So let me start with the people impact first. From a customer success manager standpoint, essentially what we are building is a workflow augmentation solution. That is a phase one, which means that every step of the way, like what do you do when you talk to customers and when you say talk in meetings, emails, Slack exchanges, support queues, but you're engaging with the customers. So we have a meeting agent. Essentially, helps you each step of the way. After every meeting, we generate a pithy customer follow-up that you can set. We automatically extract what are the action items. We give them priority. We automatically push the meeting summary to a Slack channel so that your manager knows what happened in the meeting and they don't sort of end up bugging you, right? The second is that you think about like what accounts do I need to prioritize. So that's where something called a health agent comes into play, which is you know, why is this customer not healthy? What do I need to do about it? What's the right next best action? Again, goal workflow. Third is that, look, I am a customer success manager with 30, 40 accounts. I don't remember what all these accounts are. So I need a simple search where I can say, hey, when's the renewal coming up for this customer? Can you help generate an outline for a monthly email I can send to this customer as to what happened, what are the key outcomes to deliver, what is pending on them, what's pending on us. So I think that's again something that we do. And lastly, automate a lot of the work. Like as the CSM, I do a lot of repetitive work in a sense, send customers product release notes. So automate that for me. So that is the impact that we create for our customer success managers. Is very much about productivity and efficiency. Okay. Now, where it starts to impact customers is in terms of much stronger responsiveness. So, for example, if you send a customer an email after a meeting within 5 minutes, then the customers feel heard. They actually also start to engage with you differently because they say, okay, for us to get value from this product, I get very pithy next steps that I need to act on. So that's what starts to move the needle on how you deliver value, how you are able to, drive potentially expansion opportunities. Second is that by helping you focus on both the right customers and the right next steps, we increase a lot the probability of delivering value to the customer. So therefore, your customer churn goes down. So it goes back to the core value being that if customers see value, then they won't churn. So those are the two big ways. So how do we help you expand and how do we help you retain your customers? And lastly, if you're automating a lot of the work, then as an organization, you will become more capital efficient because to serve, let's say, a $2 million book of business, what a customer success manager is doing today with AI assisted workflows, they can handle twice of that, just $4 million book of business, 6 million, 3 times or 5 times. So that is where really, we deliver better value, better retention expansion at a much lower cost as a company. That's a core value.
And where do you see the future of the industry going, Munish?
That's an interesting question. Over time, it's It's a question of when, not if. A lot of the low level task based jobs will continue to get automated. We will see both to serve X dollars of revenue. We'll see both, at least from our industry standpoint, different profiles of people who are customer success managers, and we'll also see fewer customer success managers to serve the same amount of, right? Now, I cannot pinpoint is it going to happen in 18 months or 4 years or 6 months. Nobody knows that. But that trend is unmistakable, right? So essentially, from our vantage point, the way you engage with customers is going to fundamentally change, both from how you support customers when they have problems, but of how you proactively serve customers, and the reliance on humans to do data polls, figure out what to do next. That is continuing to go down, and that's a way. That's an unlock where you'll be able to serve a lot more customers. Also, if you're not able to serve your customers well, customers' patience, is just going to continue to go down, which means that there will be, I think there's just too many software companies out there. I think there'll be fewer companies going forward. Companies who do really, really well in terms of understanding their customers, delivering value with time and survive. But sort of the demise of startups will be much faster, just like the creation is much, much faster now. Because, if you do it well, you can deliver value faster, consistently. If you don't do it well, you'll just die faster.
And what are some of the goals you've got for Satisfy over the next 12 months, Munish?
Yeah, so for startups over the next 12 months, like we're an early stage company. We started selling in January. Things are going great in terms of customer acquisition, but we want to get to a million, 2 million of ARR by end of the year. That is, to me, best validation that what we are building, there's a market for it. We have established repeatability around delivering value around the same use cases. So that is the number one goal. Number two is that we have a lot of product plans for delivering on that. How do we continue to take more and more of the workflows that CSMs do today so that we can consistently drive more adoption and more value for our customers. There's a part of our product which is consumption based. So if we're doing a good job, then we should also make more additional revenue from our customers.
And if people wanted to reach out, Munish, and find out more about yourself and Satisfy, where's the best place for them to find you?
So it's on our website, statisfy.com, or, I post regularly on LinkedIn. That's my medium of choice. I'm ex-LinkedIn. So just follow me on LinkedIn.
Well, Munish, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been great having you on.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks, Jacob, for having me. It's a great conversation.